Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing these new Morphe Reimagined brushes, and they have the word Morphe in the front. When you flip it over to the back, it has the number and what each brush does. So this is the M103 foundation brush, and this is used for controlled precision coverage, and you can use with creams and liquids. This is the M132 concealer brush, and you can use for foolproof seamless concealing, and you can use this with creams and liquids as well. This is the M162 powder brush, and this is used for all-in-one setting, and you use this brush with powders. This is the M204 cream and liquid blush brush, and you can use this brush to apply, build, and diffuse blush, and you can use this with creams and liquids. This is the M201 powder brush, and you can use this for applying, building, and diffusing blush, but this is only used with powders. This is the M242 cream and liquid bronzer brush, and it's a sculpt brush, and you can use it to softly sculpt and bronze, and you can use this with creams and liquids. This is the M303 eye packer brush, and this is used for packing on eyeshadow and with high impact definition. You can use this brush with powders, creams, and liquids. This is the M383 eye detail brush, and it's used to define the corners of your eyes and the brow bone, and you can use this with powders. This is the M382 eye detail brush, and you can use for smudging out the lash line, and you can use this with powders. This is the M402 brow brush, and it's dual-sided, and you can use for precisely filling in and laminating your brows, and you can use this with creams and waxes. This is the brush side, and it's very slim and narrow. And this is the other brush side, and it has teeth on one side and a flat surface on the other, so you can comb through your brows and then press them down as if you were laminating your brows. This is the Morphe to the Point dual-sided powder puff, and it's used for precision application and setting, and you can use this with powders, creams, and liquids. And it also comes with a little elastic band that you can slip your finger through to be able to hold and grip the powder puff with more precision. This is the Morphe to the Point mini powder puff, and it's a trio. It comes 3 in a pack, and it's used for ultra precision setting, and you can use this dry with powders, and it also comes with an elastic band for your finger as well. So now let's get into the demo. I'm just taking my eyebrow gel and I'm going to use that as if I'm laminating my eyebrows. So I'm going to use the brush side with the teeth to comb through my brows, and then I'm going to flip it over and use the flat side to seal my brows down. And I already have my eyebrows filled in. So I really enjoyed this brush. I think it did a very good job. So now I'm flipping the brush over and I'm using the brush side to sculpt out my brows underneath and on top. I love how it fits really snug underneath my eyebrow, and I'm able to pull that concealer down to blend it out and blend out any harsh lines. So I like this brush a lot, but when I got to the top part of my brow, I wasn't sure which side to use the brush on, because you can use it on either side and you can even use it the long skinny way. So it all depends on what feels comfortable to you in your hand to use this brush. So you'll see shortly how I was trying to get used to which side I wanted to use to sculpt out the top of my brows. As you can see, I'm flipping the brush, trying to see which way is more comfortable for me. And then when I finally got it, it was all good. So now I'm just going in with a little bit of concealer, and I'm going to use the Morphe to the Point Mini Powder Puff Trio. I'm going to use that small puff to blend out the concealer, and I really love how that puff just fits right in my eye socket and the corners, right across the lid, under the brow bone. This is a really cool powder puff, and I'm glad they make them this small. And as you can see, it didn't take away any of my concealer product. It left everything in its full coverage state. I'm using the same powder puff just to set that concealer. And now I'm just going to use this Milani eyeshadow palette to start my eyeshadow. I'm just going to do a very basic eyeshadow look, and I'm going to use this eye packer brush, and the brush is really good. The only thing is, as you can see right there, I love how it packed on that color. So this is a good brush. I didn't use a great palette. This palette is very chalky, but it works well if you put an eyeshadow base, like a color eyeshadow base underneath first before you apply these shadows. But it was just so chalky and it was just hard to keep the color on because I didn't use the base that I normally do. But this eye packer brush really was doing a great job putting this much shadow on, being as though that eyeshadow palette was very chalky and I didn't like the pigment. So now I'm just taking that color off because I realized I did not pick up an eye blending brush, and that's really needed for eyeshadow. But I'm doing the best I can, and I just took another shade and I just put that in on my brow bone, and I'm just trying to blend it out as best I can with this brush, and as you can see, it is doing a pretty good job. So now I'm taking another shade and I'm just highlighting my brow bone. So guys, this eye packer brush is a good brush. You can use it multiple different ways across your eyeshadow, and yes, I think it's a good brush. So now I'm just putting on some mascara. I put on some corner eyelashes and just letting that dry. And now I'm going to go into foundation, and I am going to use the M103 foundation brush. And it's angled, and I love how this brush really covers a good amount of your face at one time. And I love it because this brush, you can use it with creams and liquids. And I don't own a brush like this in my collection that works well with creams. And I was on a search for one, so this one, I really like how it blended out my cream stick foundation. And these brushes are very soft. I have sensitive skin, and normally after I apply my makeup, I break out with like fine little bumps from using brushes because my skin is so sensitive. So I'm doing this review for you guys just so you can see how these brushes operate, but in my next video that I recorded, I did break out with fine little bumps all over my face, but it's just because I have sensitive skin. But these brushes are very, very soft. So now I'm just going in with my under eye concealer, and I'm going to conceal my T-zone. And I'm going to use this M132 concealer brush to blend it all out. This brush fits perfectly between your brows. It'll blend out the foundation down your nose, and it fits very smooth underneath your eye, and you'll see in a few. And if you can see light flickering on my face, it's because I have the TV on. So please just excuse that. But yes, look how this brush fits snugly underneath of my eye. I love how it fits right in the corners. It's very dense, and it is not moving my concealer. All the full coverage is still there. So now they say that this mini powder puff you can only use with powders, but I like to set my under eyes with these puffs. So I tried it with this cream and I think it did good. And look how it just fit right in that inner corner and right under my lash line. So with the brush and the powder puff, it looks similar. Now I'm just going back in with that foundation brush and I'm just going to blend in both my concealer and my foundation. So now I'm going in with my cream bronzer and I am using this M242 Sculpt slash bronzer brush. And when I tell you guys, this is my #1 brush. I think I'm going to pick up like 5 more. It puts down your cream bronzer tremendously well. I like how I can pack on, the color and blend it out. The brush is soft. And then normally when I blend out my cream bronzers, I'll be looking for a brush to blend out like the harsh edges. And you'll see shortly that on the other side of that brush, I flipped it over and it blended out all of those harsh lines very, very well. So I got the bronzer laid down and you can continue to build, and I'm just building up just a little bit more because I love bronzer. So now as you can see, I'm flipping it over and them harsh lines just disappeared. This is my favorite brush, so I'm going to run out and I'm going to buy about 4 or 5 more. So everywhere you want to create depth on your face, you can go in with this brush with your bronzer and you can get that effect. So now I'm going to go in with the M204 blush brush, and I didn't have a cream blush on hand, so I took that same bronzer, and it's the same consistency, it's just a bronzer. But if you can use your favorite cream blush, and look how that packs on the pigment. So you can pack it on and you can buff it out at the same time. And I like it if you just want to light wash down your nose. You can apply your bronzer there. And I'm going back in with that mini powder puff. And I'm just blending out that concealer underneath my eyes. And now I'm just going to set it with powder. Look how nicely that powder is just set all over my T-zone. I love this mini powder puff. Now I'm going to take the larger powder puff and I'm going to set the rest of my face. So this will cover the larger areas of your face. These powder puffs are so smooth and so soft, and like I said, it just gives you precision with this one and ultra precision with the mini one, and I do agree. So now I'm going to go in with this M201 powder brush, and I'm going to use this to set my bronzer, and I'm going to use it to set my blush. All I did was just wipe it off in between and it worked perfectly. This is my number 2 brush. Oh my goodness, I'm going to run and pick up 4 or 5 of these as well. It is so fluffy. If you want like a light wash of bronzer, it's just so fluffy. It's so airy, and it helps you to slowly build your bronzer without putting on too much at one time. So for all the beginner makeup enthusiasts and even makeup artists, this will be a great brush for you to build up your bronzer and your powder blushes. And look, it's even giving me a slight wash of that bronzer to set the cream bronzer on my nose without doing too much. So like I said, I'm just rubbing that brush off, and now I'm going to go in with some powder blush. And as you can see, I like that. Now for video purposes, I'm going to apply and build up this blush so that you can see that you can build up your product with this brush, even though it's really light and it's really airy and feathery. So as you can see, it does build up the blush if you like a lot of blush. Now I'm going to use this powder brush just to set my face. And this is very soft as well, and it can give you full coverage if you want, but it also can give you that light everyday coverage if you just do like 1 or 2 layers, light layers. It fits nicely under the eyes, over the blush, all over the face. This is a nice brush as well. I'm going to use this same mini powder puff, and I'm going to use that to hold down my under eye so that I can put on my eyeliner without messing up my makeup. And now I'm going to use the eye detail brush to set my eyeliner with powder. So you can use this to either set with your powder or to smoke out your lash line. However you like to use it for that under eye. This brush is great. And now I'm using this brush. It's like a pencil brush, but it's an eye detail brush. And I'm just going to use a shade from that Milani palette. And I just like to add a little bit of eyeshadow underneath my eyes, just to make the eyeshadow look pop. And look how nice it's just fitting right under my eyelashes, my bottom eyelashes. This is a great brush, and it's not scratchy as well. So now I'm just coating my bottom lashes with mascara. And I am taking that Sculpt bronzer brush that they said you can use with creams and liquids. Well, I'm using it with a powder because, again, I love bronzer and I wanted to put on a little bit more bronzer. So look how that's even being applied with powder. So now I'm just finishing off the rest of my makeup, guys. I really enjoyed these brushes. If you guys use these brushes, let me know in the comment section below what you like about them and what you don't. Thanks for watching, guys.